Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Steven.
And my name is Mixie. We are here to recap episode 8 of Temptation Island. Are you serious, Hall?
He clearly was.
Pretty sure he was serious. Yeah, he seemed pretty damn serious. Even though Oates did not want it to happen, I think the best thing for both of them happened in this episode.
1,000%. If you don't think that, what show have you been watching? What show have you been watching? The one couple we wanted to stay together is the first couple to almost officially break. Oh, well, they did officially break up.
They did.
Nobody else has officially broken up yet.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And somehow it's looking like the one couple that I would have put all the money on in the world of breaking up could potentially leave together. I don't know what upside down world we're in, but I fucking loved this episode. And I said to Steven too, when I watched the episode, I texted him and I was like, enjoy this. This is probably going to be the last good episode. I think the next 2 episodes are going to drag and then we're going to hit the reunion, which will be a blast, but we don't do a recap for that. So
yeah, we don't. We'll be into Challenge World by that point. Mm-hmm. So we will only be able to enjoy that at home, watching by ourselves. And, unfortunately, maybe we'll do a live watch along with you guys on a site if we can figure that out.
Maybe we will. We'll definitely tweet about it. Or at least I will.
Oh, for sure. I might be out of the area by then, but we'll see about that. One thing I want to say before we start, you mentioned Rob Roberto and Vanessa. This is not in my notes, so I want to talk about it now since you just brought that up. This is editing. 1,000%. This is.
You think so?
What do we have to look forward to? They have to give us something.
I guess
Hall and Oates have broken
too.
up.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris and Maricela are done, so we're 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear that Paris and Great are not going to be together. So that's 0 for 3. They have to give us some hope, and I think that's what they're trying to do here is give us some hope.
I have been holding out hope that is correct, and I think that his bonfire made me believe it. I think she wants to get back with him because she's delusional, and I think he knows that she's delusional and won't be doing it anymore. I don't know how you hang out with a girl like Des and then go back to that. You can't do it.
Some might say that the best part of this episode was the beginning. I'm here to tell you the best part of this episode was Vanessa at the bonfire, and we will get to that later.
Interesting take.
I know there are some people who are listening, maybe for the first or second time, who don't not understand all the people's names we're talking about.
Oh, yes.
We'll try to do a little bit better. Sorry about that, but thanks for finding us. Welcome to the number one. Okay, before we start, I want to give you some information that we learned between last week and this week from the podcast. Sources tell the Right Reality.
Oh.
That as soon as Mark told them they could send a message, they were all split.
Oh, yes.
So nobody could see each other anymore. So they were all taken away and secluded. So we talked about last week whether Chris would tell Alexis to send a message for him since he was going to do it. Nobody knew. And the only time they saw each other was when they came back and we were missing our good friend Doorway when he was MIA after that. The other thing we've been told is that 3 gentlemen sent Hall a message.
Yes.
3 of the single guys sent Hall a message. That didn't play. Obviously, there was no reason to play those clips given what was going to happen after that and for time. So,
do you think Hall saw those clips? Or do you think he stopped it at Caitlin's and goes, I'm leaving?
I think they may have recorded it, but they didn't have to show him.
Yeah, but do you think Hall saw the clips that were shot for him, or do you think he actually was like, nah? Once the first clip was shown, he was like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm going to go talk to her.
Maybe he saw those clips and was like, okay, I got to go over there and deal with this right now.
See, I think that probably pushed him because he was beating around the bush. Like I said, he made a video that was like a politician. He said absolutely nothing for 30 seconds. So I think that he wasn't going to say anything to Caitlyn until the very end. And maybe once he saw the guys being like, hey, you're putting this girl through hell, he was like, I gotta end this.
So yes, this is where it starts. He goes over to the women's villa. walks up to our girl Oates and says, I kind of just want to play this long clip of audio if you guys aren't watching the show and you've been listening to us, because I don't think I can do it a service.
I think it needs to be played.
Okay, let's just play the clip right here.
I have never had a real emotional connection with you.
I had to pick my jaw off the floor during this. I hope to God for his sanity and just like for who he is as a person that they edited this in this way. If the first thing he said, he clearly was prepared to do a speech, and then she was like, cut the bullshit. Why are you here? If the first thing that came out of his mouth was actually, I have never had a real emotional connection with you, you can't bounce back from that, sir. That is awful. I can't even imagine being with someone for, what, they were 8 years, 7 years?
8 years, I think, yeah.
What the fuck?
That's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. And because we are the number one, I am going to try with some sort of semblance to try to make sense out of this somehow.
Here's the thing. Even if that's true, even if it's true, I'm not encouraging lying, but just say the past, like when you got back together or like the past 3 years, the whole time I have never had, never.
Yeah. It's not a great line. It's not a great line. I'm just going to say maybe he felt like he needed to burn the house down to make sure she knew it was done and over there.
You can do that. I'll let you finish. Sorry,
that.
Go ahead.
You can do that in a lot of other ways. He said, you're the best person I've ever met. I forced myself to go back with you. I've been lying to myself and to you. And she goes, oh, you've been lying. And he goes, I agree. Yes, I've been lying to you. And then he switched it on her and says, but I've never seen true love in your eyes either.
Time out on the true love in the eyes thing. What is this? Are you Tyra Banks? Are we smizing? Like, what does that mean?
Mixie, you know what that means.
But you can fake that. Have you watched a movie? Have you watched a television show? Do you think Jess and Nick actually loved each other?
That's what he's saying.
But the point is, the whole reason she was there was to get her emotional self together so that she could express her emotions better. As a badass bitch myself, sometimes I put up a hard shell because I don't want to express my emotions. For him to think that it's okay to say he's never had an emotional connection with her and then turn around and say, I've never seen love in your eyes. Bitch, look in a mirror. The fuck?
I believe the quote was, I've never had a, quote, real emotional connection with you, end quote. Real. Again, I'm not going to act like I've been in a relationship like this. You obviously have. So that's what I'm saying. You would have done what Oates did.
No.
You would have done exactly what Oates did.
She handled that so much better. I would have had production make me a guillotine, and I would have put his fucking head right in the hole and dropped that motherfucker. People like that don't deserve to fucking love again. And for her to be like, I hope they're happy. No, fuck you. I hope you're in a terrible relationship. I hope the girl that you left me for fucking dumps your ass in the middle of the fucking desert with no car and no water. True love in the eyes. Blech.
He can't tell his truth. Only the ladies get to say their truth. This is his truth. Again, I know it sounds like I'm trying to defend him, but I'm trying to give another side here on our podcast.
I appreciate
we're supposed to go back against things. Do I heavily agree on your side more than my side? Yes. But this is what he's saying. This was the whole idea of the show, right? If we're expecting these people to come in and talk to Mr. Marky Mark and have real open relationships and talk about things, he's trying to say, listen, I fucked up. I understand. I never had this emotional connection with you, and yet I still tried to force it down your throat and my throat because I thought you were the best person I ever met, and I guarantee you there are some people listening to this podcast where this rings true to them. They're like, yeah, okay. I just kind of like, we go through the motions now at this point where they're probably better people for me. Sure, maybe. I don't know.
I'm fired up.
I know you're fired up. That's why this is a great episode.
Listen.
I'm not the one for you. You deserve better. I don't know what to say. She goes, I don't know what to say. He goes, that's okay. That's okay.
Yes, and I thought that was nice. Okay. And I'm not.
He didn't try to like push anything back.
I'm not. I would like to state. I think Doorway is generally a good person. What I think should have happened, if he truly cared about this girl, if he truly ever had any love, even slightly, even if it was friendship level, if he cared about her at all, he would not have done this to her on national television. He would have stuck it out. He would have played ball till the end of it, waited till they got home, and broken up with her like a fucking man, and not have done it in this passive way. And then for him to fucking, oh God, the icing on the cake was him fucking running past those girls. I fucking lost it. I lost it.
It was just like a crew member got stuck in the middle. And he was like, I gotta walk out real quick. And just go. He's like, oh, this is the only way I gotta walk by all of them. He walked right through, and it was like a ghost. None of the girls. Paris was like, are you serious, huh?
And that is why Doorway booking it out the door while the girls go to Comfort Oats is this week's.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding. It's not. But I thought about it.
God. I thought about it. You got me. Unbelievable.
I thought about it. It was not.
Fire episode.
Stay tuned.
Wow. What a rope-a-dope here.
I had to do it. I had to do it to you. I had to do it.
Man. Listen, I was thinking that too. I was like, couldn't he have just done this? And then I thought to myself, no, he couldn't have done it. That's the bigger asshole move. She was saying he's really selfish. And like, I know we like to have lots of jokes on this podcast because we're the number one. And obviously people listen to us because we're fucking hysterical. But in a true sense, when I heard her saying he's selfish, I was like, I feel like this comes up a lot before they came to this island.
Oh,
You're selfish. It's all about you. It's this. When you want kids, this. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things that they could just never get past. And that's her go-to, right? You're selfish. It's just, you could hear it. It's like the 1,000th time she has said that to him. But to me, the more selfish thing would have been not to do it there. It would have been to see it all the way out, lie to her yet again after he has already said on camera, recorded, she's not the one for me.
Well, that he shouldn't have done either.
Too late. And he knew he had said all this in front of cameras, and he got those messages from the guys and was like, I can't let her not enjoy the last 2 weeks of this. If I'm over here loving my life and she's just over there in pain, I look like an even bigger ass. I think what he did was actually good.
The only thing that I think that he did that was good, and other shows take note of this, she was like, do I just give the ring back to you? And he goes, I gave it to you. That's yours. As you should. And thank you, Doorway, for that.
To me, it was all those little bits in there that I felt like if he really wanted to be a selfish asshole, it would have just been, I don't think you've ever loved me. I went along for just bullshit. What do I do with the ring? That's up to you. I gave that to you. That is yours. And on the way home, I know this is going to crush her. I feel awful. I feel just like it was those little things. And again, not saying that this was great, but I just think this was better than him going through the motions and then them meeting at a final bonfire and going, yeah, sure. And then taking her back to Charleston and then doing it there like 3 weeks later.
But I feel like he could have gone to the final bonfire and been like, I'm not sure. This brought up a lot for me. Like, we should definitely go back together, but I really have a lot to think about once I leave this island, and then doing it there. I think doing it the way where he did and when he did, on top of telling her that he found somebody.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Was just a 1-2 right across the face.
Yeah, I think that's what hurt her more than anything else.
Her face would. Oh my God, her face.
That poor, beautiful face.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe oh my God.
It was just not a great situation overall, and like I don't know what we thought. Listen, I thought that was going to go far worse than what it did. I thought that was going to be far worse of a situation. I think they both did pretty admirably considering what they both went through right there.
I can agree with that.
Far worse.
I can agree with that. I think that I mean, I am in absolute shock and awe of how Oates handled that situation. She stayed pretty composed for the most part. I was thoroughly impressed. Now, you know who didn't stay composed?
Vanessa.
What the fuck was that? Okay, listen. I'm gonna go off a little
bullshit.
bit.
I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit. I don't think she was that upset.
You don't. I'm sorry. This girl's life just absolutely demolished right in front of her eyes. Her living situation. She has a dog with this man. Like, she was engaged, probably planning a wedding. Her families are intertwined. Like, all of this shit. And this random bitch that I met 4 weeks ago is wailing.
As if somebody just walked in and said, "Hey, Gone Girl, while you're away, your dog and fish died."
I get it. You could definitely be upset. Like Maricela, Paris, they were crying. They were like, "That's horrible." They were there for her. Vanessa was screaming.
Yeah, she had Vanessa.
As if
not
she
the
watched,
right reaction.
As if she watched a baby seal get clubbed right in front of her face.
By Mixie, trying to get whatever Mixie gets when she clubs baby. Oh, McDonald's Sprite. That's right.
And John Mayer tickets. Yeah.
Yeah. Front row John Mayer tickets.
Yeah.
And backstage, dressing room.
And
tickets,
I will say for the record, and I will touch on this later, I do think Vanessa is becoming a better person. Somehow, some way, there are little glimpses of her not being the worst thing on planet Earth. She still is.
Did you watch this episode?
Yes. I do feel like a little tiny bit of her has grown a little bit.
Okay.
But that sent me back again to where I was before, which was like, I never want to see this girl on my screen ever again. The wailing.
Croissant and Maricela had the perfect reaction. It was the perfect reaction. It was, "I'm sorry, we're crying, this is awful, we're here for you." They had the right girly energy, right? Vanessa's was like way up here. It was way over the top. That's why part of me was like, I don't know if I believe. And then it was like, "These men are awful, blah." And it was just like, you come on. You clearly don't like men. Maybe try some women. I don't know. Maybe they won't treat you like shit. I don't know.
Just because you have a bad picker on men doesn't mean you could just like generalize men. Same thing with women. Like, men can't do that for women. I hate the double standard. It makes me so mad. On both sides, all of this shit, it makes me mad. I hate it. I hate it so much. I do want to touch on the fact that Doorway, not a tear was shed at any point. He, like, got a little choked up when he got to Oates to say he needed to talk to her, but at no point was a tear shed.
I do think there was a long time between when he got there and when we first heard the "I've never had a real emotional connection with you." I think he tried to go through that, as you were saying. I think you said he was probably going through this speech that he ran through his head. She goes, "Cut the shit.
Yeah.
Let's be fucking real here." So I think he had time to calm down there and it just opened up. He did it. He walked out in the car. I think it was, but I don't know. Is he a crier? everybody mourns differently, right? Everybody mourns differently.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if he never had an emotional connection with her.
That's a tough line to sell.
It does add up if that's true.
It's a really
him
tough
having
line.
zero emotion during this would make sense.
I think that was his way of maybe getting back with her or getting back at her for saying, like, even when I proposed to you, I didn't see love in your eyes. And I was like, ooh, that was a bit of a stab. But again,
that was a stab. Are you kidding me?
Mixie, but if he believes that to be true, am I supposed to go, yeah, that's a kind of a shitty thing to say to somebody, but if you're laying it all out there, just get it all out in one go. This shouldn't be, I think a lot of people have these arguments with their partners and they just do like little bits, and then they come back and then they do a little bit. He's just like, I'm fucking emptying the tank. I'm putting it all out there and I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to shit all over the bed and then I'm going to rub it into the bed and I'm going to go, there it is. I've just shit all over the bed. I didn't just do
Amber
a little
Heard,
bit.
Chill.
And then, wow, nice pull. That's where I was going though. Fucking Harvard Girl mix. Pop culture queen.
Can't say shit in the bed and then not have me say Amber Heard, you know?
I mean, yeah, guilty as charged. Get it?
Right back. You brought it right back. You brought it right back.
Hey.
I mean...
Should we move to some more fun stuff at this point?
Yes, we should. We should definitely move to more fun stuff. We go back to the guys' villa and all the guys come in to the villa. And I am going to state this for the record. I watched this twice. The first time, I was on a lot of extracurriculars. You will notice which comments are for which time.
Okay. Play along at home, by the way, guys. Play along at home. If you think you know which notes are for what, put some comments down below. Also, we'll have a game for our YouTube and our hotties later. So
when they go back, the guys are all talking about their shit. I didn't listen to any of it. I was screaming, where the fuck is Hall? Bring Hall back here. I don't give a fuck what these guys have going on. I could care less. If these guys all jumped off the fucking building and I never heard from them again, I would not care. All I cared about was Michaela and Hall. That's all I needed. It's all I wanted. Why did they show us that? Don't need it.
Because of that reaction. Because of that exact reaction. Because now you see everybody coming back and you're like, what's going to happen with him and Michaela now? Is he going to finally kiss her? Is it going to be like the end of a romantic movie where he's like, I finally realized that I've come back to this Hallmark town because you were here all along, right in front of my eyes. I broke up with that horrible person back in the city who tried to control me. Now I'm here in the middle of this Christmas tree farm with your child from another man, and I want to be his stepfather and your husband. Kiss, 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 snow falls. Fade to black.
A Christmas Prince.
Part 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they wanted. They wanted you to be like, what's going on? What's going on? And it worked perfectly.
It did work perfectly. Also, her glaring at production the whole time, 10 out of 10. I like how they were like trying to edit it to make it look like she was like looking around for him. No, she was staring right down her producer's fucking eyes. She was like, where the fuck is he? You tell me right now. This is not a goddamn game.
If he has left with her, I am going to burn this place to the ground if you're not telling me. She's like looking around like, if you're holding him, you split it. What? You gotta let me. But like, can you imagine the panic in her head? She's like, did he see something in the video where she's like, please, I want to work this out. Like, and they're not going to tell her or something. That's got to be like, how long do you think that was going on?
Well, and then on top of it, probably. Well, I mean, it was still light out, and then he came back and it was dark.
I'm going to say at least 2 hours because they had to go film that, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody else came back. So I assume they were filming over at the girls' villa.
That's what I think, too.
The breakup at the same time we were seeing that. And that had to take 2 hours over there. And the drive back, it didn't look like they were close to each other either.
Yeah, which I always thought that those villas were pretty close to each other, but I guess I just...
At the old one, I think they were.
Okay.
But this is a little different. Poor Michaela was just spiraling right in front of our eyes.
I mean, for her, if I was her, this is like pretty much an all lose situation. Either he goes and breaks up with her and you just caused the end of an 8-year relationship and an engagement. You have ruined this other woman's life completely.
Yep. For just existing.
Just because you're there. Or
and because you're hot. Yep.
He goes back to her and leaves you. And all of that like attention and caring and all of that shit you gave him just went out the window. And everything he said to you was a lie. And you have to regain trust for anybody new in like a relationship way again. Like, it's pretty much a lose-lose. And I think she was happy at the end with the result, but like she couldn't show it. And I'm very happy that she didn't show it.
I think that was very measured from her.
It was.
Very measured. Because I'm like, is she going to crack a smile? Is she going to be happy about this? Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I'm sitting there thinking like, again, as most of us probably do, you try to like be the role of the person that you are most often, I guess, in this situation. So I'm sitting there in Hall's shoes going like, hey, I did all of this for you, basically.
Yeah.
You are the one who has showed me this. Basically giving her that Hallmark movie moment for her to be happy. And she's just sitting there, looking down. And I don't know if that, because her mind was just in an absolute blender at that point.
Yeah.
Or if she was trying to be like, I can't, it's wrong for me to be like, yay, like Trace 2.0.
Would definitely
and be like, oh my God, how great. Oh, I'm so glad you did that. What happened to the ring? Ha 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 ha. I think, she, like probably Trace 2.0 would do that. You know?
For sure. I mean, I wrote down, again,
down. We know which one this is, everybody. We know which one this is.
Well, I would hope that you would figure it out anyways. Doorway is on crystal meth.
Okay.
Like, what is happening, my guy? Take a day or two before you try to dump this on this girl. What the hell? Because he was like, take your time. You don't have to make a decision right now. But he's like curled up in a ball next to her on this bench. Like, I just did all of this for you, but you don't have to do anything. But like, I'm ready if you are. But you do whatever you. But I'm here and I just did all of this and I dumped this girl. But you don't have to feel like you need to do anything.
But we had been talking this entire time, and I've talked to Mom LaFranc about this. She's like, they haven't even kissed. How could he just be so sure of this without being kissed? And I'm like, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that. He literally couldn't bring himself to be like, yeah, I'm engaged to this girl. I'm going to make out with this rando that I met a couple days ago like everyone else is.
But they're referring to each other as soulmates. She
is doing that, and she may have been given a script, as we have stated before. I don't think that... Come on. She didn't write that.
He said it too.
She said at the beginning, I'm not going to talk to your fiance. All of a sudden, she changed her mind.
He said it on one of their stupid dates, which honestly, impressive that I remembered because I don't pay attention during the dates.
Again, Mixie, as a guy, when you're hanging out with somebody who is very attractive, there is, I don't know if this is the same for ladies. I have to imagine it is because I see some of you ladies do really dumb shit for dumb-looking hot guys. Your brain just starts like making these things up, and you just start saying stuff, and it comes out, and you're like as you're saying it, you're like, I don't believe that. How did that just come out of my mouth? And I think he was just like, he was trying to sell himself to her.
That's so embarrassing.
It's weird. It is weird, but we do that. And that's why ladies are like, well, he was saying all this stuff, how much he liked me. Well, he was just saying that because you were hot and they were around, and there was a chance to bang. So I don't know. Oh, you banged and you wonder why he doesn't call you anymore? Oh, that's a very interesting conclusion, ladies.
I will also say point Doorway for not announcing it to the whole group and immediately pulling her.
That is a
and
big
talking
time
to her individually. I'm trying to give Doorway some points, but never having an emotional.
Let's play a game real quick. Let's say Doorway came in and did what Oates did and said, hey, I just ended it. The whole thing's done. Which one of the men would have been the gone girl in that situation and just break down crying? And the correct answer is only respectable whore.
Well, duh. Absolutely respectable whore.
Great would have been like, oh, that's great. Let's party. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe Rob Roberto.
I don't think that he would have been wailing.
No, maybe not.
I think respectable horror was definitely the choice there. Of like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't cry. He'd just start punching walls. That man scares me a little bit. Just like a little tiny bit.
Just a little tiny bit. He's like 1/8 Gone Girl.
But you know who had a really hot reaction was Sebi. I'm coming around on Sebi.
Of course you are.
I mean, and
Oates is too.
I've been looking at him, and it's been helping his case.
What a coincidence.
But the dangle cross earring takes me out every time. Every time I'm on the edge, the dangle cross earring takes me out.
But okay, this is why he walks around with his shirt off. He understands he has the dangle thing, and he's like, I have to counterbalance this. How can I do this? I just walk around shirtless and show my abs. Complete game changer.
That does help the situation.
Yeah, for sure. How would it
Take the
not?
earring out. Just take it out.
But he loves Jesus.
I'm going to be so upset if he comes to that fucking reunion with a goddamn cross earring.
How would he not? This is part of his...
Because Oates should be telling him not to do that. At this point, Oates needs to step in and be like, no more of this. Everything else, fine. This whole situation is a no-go.
I think she likes it.
think
She didn't
she
not
likes it.
like him in this situation.
Oates, let me know if you liked that. It's just, ugh.
I think she was fine with the whole situation. She's like, well, here we go. Good hair guy, who clearly was fed some information from the producer, says, we're having a party tonight. And the theme is pirates and mermaids. And we go to our theme correspondent, Mixie, for an update. Mixie, some hard-hitting questions out there at the party. Is pirates and mermaid a theme?
No, but honestly, it should be.
Thanks for that special report from the field.
Do you think it is a theme? I mean, it's more theme than other themes that they've had.
It is not a theme because you can't just throw two things together.
They're
that
water
do
things.
not-
They're ocean things. It could be pirates and seashells.
It should be fishermen and mermaids,
Fair.
right?
Absolutely fair. I recede to that. You are correct. It should be fishermen and mermaids.
Or mermaids and lifeguards, because we did lifeguards earlier, right? That's close. Pirates.
But like lifeguards, it should be lifeguards and drowning people. Like half of them are drowning and half of them are lifeguards.
And they just throw them in. They go, go. Throw them in the pool. Go get them.
Just take a piece of cardboard and you put your head through it and you just put like, you just paint it blue. I'm drowning.
I think that's maybe what King Fuckboy tried to draw later in the show.
Oh God, that's a good one. Good callback.
Thanks. Appreciate that. But like the ladies can dress as pirates too. So to me, like that's not a theme. Those two things do not go together. They're like spaghetti and like catfish. They don't go together. Shout out you Midwest weirdos who are going to email us that's a respectable combination. Because I know some of you, and you've told me that. And I go, this is clearly a lie.
Well, it was nice, regardless of the fact that the theme wasn't a theme. It was nice to see the girls getting crazy. Loved Oates in the blue hair.
We cannot talk about Oates in the blue hair.
We're talking about Oates in the blue hair.
You need to talk about it alone, because if I talk about it, we will need to take a
In the
pause in this
fishnet
podcast.
tube dress. It was ridiculous. But you know what made it even more ridiculous in the best way possible? Oates and Croissant twerking poolside, becoming this week's double.
Yeah, let's go.
Pass of the week. Pass of the week. Of the week.
Can you just keep talking about this? I can't find the words. I just saw that image of Oates with the blue hair and the fishnets, and I was like, take me now, Jesus. I'm ready to go.
Also, Oates just getting blackout drunk at this party, which she clearly hasn't been doing before because she was a whole different beast, and rightfully so. It was awesome to watch. I loved every second of it. It made me super happy. Her like nibbling on Sebi's ear.
No, then I was out. I was so happy I saw that. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I was a fan. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it a lot, and I was happy to see them get together and go to bed together. I was happy for her. You have to put your selfish thoughts aside, Steven. She deserved to be happy in that situation. She was told by the man she was with for 8 years that he never had an emotional connection to her. Never!
Okay. I'll try to put myself there.
There you go.
Get drunk. I don't know if you go make out with somebody the night after that happens, but I'm not
Absolutely
that person,
you do. What? You make out with 12 people. You find a homeless man if you need to. What? Duh. Are you kidding? Oh my God.
Find a homeless person?
I would basically go out naked. And I would just, the first man that made eye contact with me. I don't care if he's basically wearing a blanket.
I need to go where these girls hang out then.
Well, I would
Where do these girls hang out? Hawaiian villas?
I would pray to every god that exists that this isn't something that happens often and there isn't a group of women or a place where women that go through this go. But if you do get the chance to grab one...
grab one and hold on tight.
Consensually, you should do that.
Respectfully, with consent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, or otherwise you're going to have to take a step back, and we can not take any more steps back.
No more steps back. Let's keep taking steps forward, because we're pretty deep into this so far.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to return an age-old segment on the Right Reality podcast, the return of Quote of the Week back at the Men's Villa. And Doorway is like, you know what? I did some stuff, but I need to come and get that Quote of the Week brought back to life. Here's the Quote of the Week from our boy Doorway.
I'm definitely going to give her some southern lips tonight.
Mixie?
Sorry, what?
What does this mean? Also, hold on. I have to put on the record that as soon as he said it, he was like, and he started laughing because he was like, I don't know what that means. I'm an idiot.
His lips looked so crusty when he did that too, like so tiny and crusty when he gave like the kissing motion. It was just like, ugh. My skin turned fully inside out for a second. I was able to surgically get it replaced back to its original form, but nice. I did turn inside out when he said that. It was giving Nelly tea.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if it was, but it was a bad line. It was a bad line. I do respect that he, again, laughed after it. Kind of a fake laugh to himself. He's like, I don't know. Yeah,
I just ruined this woman's life. I'm the fucking comedic gold. I just told this girl I never had any fuck to give about her for the 8 years we were together. And when I proposed to her, Southern lips.
I thought it would fix it. Southern lips, which I imagine just taste like bourbon and catfish.
I think that's a nice way of putting it. I was thinking like dip in Natty Lights, but...
Oh, that's probably closer.
I think it's a combo of all of that.
It's dips, Natty Light, and on a large whiff of conservatism.
In an American flag.
Yeah, an American flag and probably like... a little bit of an American flag on your Twitter profile, and then like the I love Jesus or the cross on your Instagram profile. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it tastes like.
With the Bible verse, absolutely.
Always a Bible verse. Yeah, it's three things.
Treat others God, how you want to be treated in quotes in your.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they're the worst people to like comment on your photos. When you get like a troll thing, you go look, you're like, oh, it's either somebody without any information on their profile or somebody like that. So that's what we get. Not to generalize, but that's usually what happens.
Well, no, that's why we're here. So
that's what we do here.
That was awful, and I hated every second of it. And then when I thought that it couldn't get any worse, we went on dates again. Why?
What are we got to fill till bonfire. That's what we're doing. We're filling till bonfire. Maricela tried to give us some stuff to like talk about. She said she felt freedom, even though they haven't officially broken up. She feels freedom. And also, she's been surgically attached to Good Hair Guy for the past 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. She acts like she's in that movie Stuck to Me, where they're literally attached to each other. Mixie, I'm starting to believe Maricela does not know what she is talking about sometimes.
You know, this whole thing kind of made me think, and I don't want to shit on the show, because you know I love Mark, and this show is wildly entertaining. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe, these people don't learn shit while they're on this island.
Maybe, just maybe, they might have broken up before they got there. Because I just don't see how you can go through this, as I stated a few weeks ago when I started yelling, and people didn't like that. And going, how do you make out with somebody and get into bed and take your top off and straddle somebody when you've been in a relationship for 2 years? Self-described person who they're constantly around. I'm forgetting the term for that, but when they can't leave each other's side. And then like 7 days, you're just like, save a horse, ride a cowboy, pop my shirt off. It just doesn't make sense. Something's off here.
I agree with you on that front. I also think that if she wasn't done with Respectable Whore before, seeing him do these terrible choreographed dances would seal the deal for me. That was awful. That, again, I think that my skin turned back right side in from after Hall said his thing.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was terrible. They really threw in the towel on these last dates. They really were just like, fuck it.
Well, here's the one thing that they did do. They were like, we're going to have Chris and Maricela do dancing as part of their date. We're going to have Great and King Fuckboy also paint at the same time. So you can compare and contrast. Which one's the better dancer? Which one is the better painter? It was very clear what the answers to those were. Chris was like having a sexy workout dance class. It's like a mix of step class, Tae Bo, and what you would maybe do at a strip club. I didn't really get how that was. I think that was more of a fitness class he was trying to do there. And they were probably like, throw in a sexy dance move. Throw in a sexy dance move, Chris. And he's like, this?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, man. How about the painting? Did you like the painting, Mixie?
No, I think that these are so stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me that we're being forced to watch this stuff. I mean, I get it, plotline, whatever. Nobody believes that any of these couples outside of maybe Michaela and Doorway are leaving together. No one. No one's leaving with anybody. I don't care about these relationships. King Fuckboy and Croissant are not going to go build a house in Miami together. None of this is happening. And then fucking Trace Point Oh comes out and fucking leaves.
What was that?
I bet you that was her idea. And if it wasn't, when she heard it, she was like, that one.
That one. Give me the smallest leaves you have on this island here.
Best part of it, jumping ahead, best part of it is when Great was at the bonfire and Mark was roasting him about doing the same things that Paris was doing. And he was like, that's different. I have an emotional connection with this girl. Croissant and King Fuckboy sat down and like had a conversation and painted what they wanted their futures to be. Trace 2.0 laid on a fucking woven couch with leaves on her nipples and vagina.
Well, King Fuckboy a few weeks ago, when Paris tried to have a real conversation with her, like, what do you see? He's like, no, I got to be dating you for a year before I even talk to you about that.
Well,
shit.
He's growing on the island, obviously, Steven. This is their journey, too. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I guess I should step back and learn and grow.
How dare you forget that? The leaves.
Who is the better painter, Mixie? Who is the better painter in this situation? Because I don't know what King Fuckboy drew. There was blue at the bottom. There was yellow above that, which is not the color of grass.
I think
and
it's
then
sand.
A large section of white. Okay.
They're white sandy
tan.
beaches.
It looked like the Ukrainian flag, okay, with the colors
I thought that too. I thought
it was like, is he supporting Ukraine here?
Ally.
What is this?
Ally.
Obviously an ally. And then up top, I was like, there's a big box with a thing in the middle, and then a small house. He's like, that's our house. I was like, no.
But it was like attached to a shed.
I was like, is that a shed out front? Is that the door? He's like, this is our big house. I was like, sir, you need far more windows in a house like that.
You know what it was, Steven? You know who designed that house that they were building in Miami is the same person that designed that terrible bathroom.
Oh, for sure.
The structuralness of it just makes no sense. There's no layout plan whatsoever. What is going on?
Well, that's what you do in Miami. You just build big, gaudy-looking houses that you can never resell. That nobody wants.
I hate Great and Trace 2.0 so much that I will be giving the crown to King Fuckboy. And I didn't even see what Croissant drew, but I don't care. She was better.
I don't think she did. I don't think
Probably
she did.
not. Who cares? It was better. Killed it. Icon, queen.
That was awful. That was awful. As if it couldn't get more awful, we go to Gone Girl. And this show was just like, hey, you heard some weird stuff in the past 5 minutes, right? Like these people who were clearly not leaving talking about potentially leaving, and Maricela saying, I have freedom now, even though they haven't broken up, and she basically is connected to the hip of good hair guy. You go, you heard all that, right? You bet it couldn't get any weirder. Let's give you Gone Girl real quick. Gone Girl goes, right now I would still leave the island with Rob. And I yelled, yikes. I literally yelled, yikes. Yikes. And then we see her like caressing Bryce's chest.
Yeah, while she's talking about potentially leaving with Rob.
I'm like, I don't need this. This is too much. I don't need this. I don't like this. What is this happening? She understands what's happening, right? She's hearing that she's recording things into microphones. Oh.
Made no sense. And then just to touch on it, Rob and Desi had a date.
Oh, yeah, they were there.
They were there. Which, now that we're talking about it, because again, I zone out during all this, did Oates and Doorway not get dates?
At least they didn't show them.
Was this them trying to get us to care about these other couples after that breakup at the beginning of the episode? I don't.
And they just had to squeeze more. They had just squeezed more stuff in. You know how this goes.
I love my girl Croissant, and that's about it. I don't. That's all I got. Can we go to the bonfire? Because there's a lot to discuss at the bonfire.
Let's go to the bonfire. Do you want to start with the crazy part, or should we build back to Vanessa?
I think we go in order.
Okay. We'll start
with,
first of all, thank God I got to see Mark during this episode.
Amazing fit, fresh to death. God love him. And now I'm just like, I'm ready to start a petition to cushion these seats that everybody has to sit on.
Please.
Gosh, there's no reason for them to not have some cushions on these chairs. Nobody cares. They don't need to sit on wood.
I went to Temptation Island with a relationship and I left with hemorrhoids. Thanks a lot.
That's exactly it. Every time I see them, I'm just like, gosh, these poor girls, they have to come down this hill, grass hill in these stilettos with dresses that barely cover their hoo-ha. They got to look nice walking down. Then they get sat on a plank for God knows how long, and they have to squint at a screen that's so far away and so small as they watch their boyfriends fuck other girls.
I mean, you're absolutely correct about every detail. And now in the moment, for the first time ever, I'm having like a live thought process about the bonfires. We're going to make you dress like you're going to prom or a wedding. And then we're basically going to show you potentially the worst clips of the guy you came here with doing horrible things. And I love how they like the alternate option for the guys is like a Hawaiian shirt and khakis, and these girls are like full dress, full face of makeup,
full hair.
Yeah, full hair.
Like, how many hours did they spend getting ready? And like, You're forced into these clothes that are uncomfortable to go down a hill in shoes that probably hurt so bad. And then on top of it, you're forced to emotionally be uncomfortable and your ass hurts because you're sitting on a fucking piece of wood.
3 hours at least for the guys and the girls.
Justice
3 hours.
for
That's
these
why Mr. Marky Mark
asses.
was big brain asking for the pillow.
Yeah. He's got to fight for these other people, though. He's got to do it. He's got to put his life on the line there.
Collective bargaining.
We see the video of Rob, a clip from probably day 2, and then the clip of him on the couch with Desi, which happened a while ago. I know we haven't had a bonfire in a while, but I feel like that happened a long time ago. I'm ready for Gone Girl to flip the fuck out. She's smiling. She's smiling. She's smiling. The clip ends. She's still smiling. Then she starts crying. Then she's happy. I wasn't following this at all.
This was my favorite part of the episode. And it wasn't even close.
Interesting.
Because she hears only what she wants to hear.
Yeah.
And nothing beside it. She hears he still loves me, but also he says she needs somebody like me, and it doesn't need to be me because she drains me. I've dealt with this for too long.
I can't do it
anymore. And then he starts, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. And she starts to cry. She's like, ah. And I thought she was at first crying because she heard him say,
yeah,
the second part of that sentence, right? The not, I still love her. She heard the, it's not going to be me. I've dealt with this shit for far too long. I need to be free. Please don't make me go home with her.
Yeah.
She didn't hear any of that. She blacked out at the beginning. She heard, he loves me. And she went, ah. And I think Mr. Marky Mark even said that because he
tried
goes,
so hard to be like, did you catch all of that though?
Yeah. He's like, the second part, which I don't think you heard because this is not a rational thought of somebody over the age of 30. Mr. Marky Mark was done with her, and he was done with Paris so quick.
Can we talk about, hold on, Mark?
There's more with Vanessa. Okay? She starts to cry because I imagine she has some sort of mental fuckery going on in her mind. She just blocked it all out and was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. He's finally what?
He loves me. I'm so proud of him.
He finally has come through for me, I think is exactly what she said. Oh, it finally came through. And Mr. Marky Mark goes, how did he come through for you? Because I just watched that same clip. And it doesn't look like he came through for you at all. It actually looks like he's done the exact opposite and be like, I don't want to be with that bitch anymore. I love her because I spent time with her, but get her out of my life. And so she just listen. Just listen to this insane. Just play it.
He came through for me. He finally came through for me.
In what way did he come through for you?
He just remained solid, and I understand that he's hurting, but he didn't allow that hurt to drive him into the arms of someone else. He didn't look for comfort and peace with someone else, and I'm proud of him. I'm so proud of him for the first time I can look at him and say, like, yo, you made me proud. You made me proud.
I mean, this is why he's the best in the game. This is the best in the game. Let's go through this point by point of what she just mentioned, because he called her out and was like, how exactly did he come through for you? And she listed off all these things. So, Mixie, I will read out what she claims.
Okay.
And then you tell me, because I already know my answers, whether he's done these things. So here we go.
Okay.
1, did he remain solid?
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Yes, he's not a liquid or a gas, so yes.
Correct. Chemically correct, yes. I don't think he remained solid because he kind of crumbled at the beginning and was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, I think he was the first one to fold, actually.
Yeah, that's my point, yeah. 2, did his hurt drive him into the arms of someone else? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She claimed that had not happened.
He literally, wait, hold on. In the clip,
I know.
he's like, I can't do this anymore. And she goes, do you want a hug? And he says, yes.
Yeah. And hugged. Which brings us to number 3. Did he look for comfort and peace in the arms of someone else?
We literally just saw a clip of him doing
Yes,
that.
we did. Yes, we did. Number 4, the final thing.
Oh, God.
Did he make her proud?
Apparently. I don't know how, but I guess
No.
he did.
No, he didn't. He didn't do any of these things. You last week were like, he's betrayed me. He doesn't make me proud. He embarrasses me left, right, and center. All this bullshit. And then you see him say, I still love her, cry, and then say, he's remained solid to me, Mr. Marky Mark. He is hurt, didn't drive him into the arms of someone else. He did not look for the comfort of and peace in the arms of someone else. And he made me proud. And I'm just going, what a wild bonfire moment. Mr. Marky Mark gave up and was like, sometimes you can't reason with crazy.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Paris. He wanted out of that conversation so quickly. He realized he was getting nothing through there.
My favorite thing was when Mark was trying to explain like maturity, and he says in some ways he's immature compared to what you think immaturity is, which was such a brilliant smack across the face that Vanessa's like, I hear you, Mark. I hear you. Like, he is telling you that you don't know what you're talking about in an educated way, and she can't even like get her head around it. God damn.
A couple times Mark said things like this. He's like, well, I mean, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, I hear you. And he's like, I don't think you do. Because that's not at all what you just said. I was amazing. That I watched that nearly 3 times because it was like,
great.
I had to be watching this incorrectly. There's no way she said all of those things. Mark immediately, how has he been strong for you, or whatever the line was?
Again, this is how the extracurricular mix just could not wrap her head around the complexity of that whole situation. Because I was just like, what happened? Because I saw the clips that we watched, and then I saw her reaction to those clips, and they did not match up at all.
I do honestly think she heard that, and that's when you see her like double over. And I don't think she heard any of the rest. She like, it was just like a wave, you know, when something good happens, like it all goes fuzzy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, hey, there was more in that clip. There was a lot more in that clip. We only showed the first. Remember when you tried to close the lid on the message box last week and then the other girl showed up? Yeah, there's 2 parts to it. Yeah. 2 parts.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. And then we move on to Croissant, which also was hilarious. Her watching that fucking truck scene was all of us watching that truck scene. What the fuck is this?
What is this?
And then she gets shown the bathroom scene, and she's saying, what is this? I do think she was asking questions about the layout of the bathroom at that point, though.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And less about what Great was doing. I think she was asking production, like, what is this? Like, how is there a tub at ground level?
Ground that would literally kill someone in the middle of the night? You just fell into an open grave in the bathroom? A porcelain grave in the bathroom?
It was funny to me. It's also interesting to me that they don't show any of Great talking ever.
Oh, that's... I didn't notice that.
There's something else I noticed too about the Croissant clips, but we'll get to it. Do not show Great speaking words at any point in time during this bonfire.
I guess not. They just like, well, he's banging too much. What are we going to show her? We're going to show him having words? No, we're just show him banging. I just thought, she goes, what is this? What is this? And I'm yelling, he's banging her, Croissant. That's what it is. They're banging in the truck. And she goes, what is this? I go, he's getting naked when they're going in the shower together. How do you not know what this is? And then I realized, oh, she's going, what is this? Mm-hmm. Kind of like when I go, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's her version of that. I appreciate that.
And she's like, what the hell? And Mark's like, well, didn't you do things that were questionable? And she's like, I didn't fuck anybody.
That was her exact. I didn't fuck anybody. You're right. And he's like, well, I mean,
It
he
could have
didn't
looked
know
like
that.
it. And she's
Yeah,
like,
it kind of looked like it.
I don't care.
He's like,
I didn't fuck
Didn't you
anybody.
get into bed with him? Whoa, what, you interrogating me now, Mr. Mike? What is this? What is this? I thought you were supposed to be a support system. I love that. I love how he was like, well, and she's like, oh, no. Well, like him and her and Great both got tongue-tied on that because they're both trying to be like, well, they, again, cheating timeline.
Yep.
Who fired the first shot across the bow? And then you can justify all you want after that.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%.
And it goes back to what I've been saying since week 1. You can't say I would suck someone's dick if the camera wasn't here, and I'm supposed to believe you didn't bang.
But that was iconic.
Iconic moment. And, the only thing that makes me upset about that moment is Temptation Island does not have the reach of some other shows. If that was said on, like, Bachelor or, like, on a network TV show and they bleeped it out, there'd be T-shirts being made.
Yeah, it'd be a TikTok sound for sure.
It would be a cap cut thing, right? And you would just put in all the things, a pizza coming out of the oven. Oh, if there was no cameras here, I'd suck its dick. Whatever you wanted to put in there, right?
Absolutely.
That was pretty great.
We go to Maricela. She doesn't give
Snooze.
a fuck about Chris. Nobody cares. They're not getting back together. Who gives a fuck? And then we go to Oates.
They played her the kids clip, Mixie.
And she had got a good laugh. And I'm happy that she got a good laugh in.
I just thought, like, okay, they just broke up. Mm-hmm. You got to play the kids clip? That's what you're going with?
I mean, it's bad. It's bad. But I think that she can't hear anything worse than I never had an emotional connection with you. 8 years. 8 years.
Yeah, not great. Not a good one.
Well,
not a good one.
So our man Mark comes up with this beautiful speech about how she shouldn't be with a man that builds boxes around her. She should be with a guy that builds a throne. So, Steven, I ask you, do you hear that? Have you gone to Home Depot yet to grab the wood you'll need to build Oates her throne? Have you selected your wood stains? What are you thinking construction-wise for this build?
Well, first of all, I haven't been, but I've been on HomeDepot.com and I've been doing my research as a true professional would. Mm-hmm. You can't just show up to Home Depot and go, give me the finest wood in the land for me to build a throne for my queen.
Yeah.
So I've been researching, and turns out Home Depot not the best place to buy high-end wood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to outsource that?
Yeah, you want to go to like a direct wood source, like Yellowwood or something like that, right? So you want to go. I've picked a very nice mahogany color. Okay.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. That's very nice of you.
Thank you. It is strong. It is beautiful, and it just has a thing of gravitas to it, just like me, right? Mm-hmm. Like you meet me and you're like, that guy is strong and he's got gravitas.
Gravitas.
So I just want to be like, that's the throne for my girl, for my queen, is made out of rich mahogany. Second, because it is her fine bottom that will be sitting on the throne, I have decided, like a true king, bowing before my queen, to ask her input on her throne. What type of fabric does she want? Does she want a seat that's kind of perched up, like a one of those pillows that you sit on that's not really a pillow, it's kind of very firm?
Yes.
Does she want a little cushion in there for her bottom?
Yes.
A little plush, if you will. Maybe a little memory foam.
I would think so. After sitting on those wooden benches, she would need a little bit of cushion for that cushion.
That is what I'm talking about. And then I would like her input on the color selection for the, obviously, velvet. She's probably got a velvet dress somewhere.
I would think so.
I'm just assuming,
right?
I
would think so. Velvet is fit for a queen.
I just want to get her input on that. But it will be Nice, but not gaudy. Okay?
Not gaudy.
Not gaudy.
Well, I think that sounds lovely. I cannot wait to see the throne that you build her. She deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's move to the guys.
Can we just get past Chris? I'm just done with these two. Can we just, do we need to see them on the show anymore?
All I want to say is I laughed hysterically. Again, different mix. Laughed uncontrollably at how much they jacked up the volume of Maricela making out with great hair guy. They jacked that volume up.
Oh.
You know when you're watching TV and they it cuts the commercial and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, this is loud as hell. That's what they did when Maricela was making out with great hair guy. They jacked that volume up.
They Hulu'd her.
They did. They absolutely did.
Because Hulu is the worst offender in this. I'm watching a show and then all of a sudden, the volume goes to 1,000. And I was like, oh my God.
And it was moaning and making out. And it was just okay, we get
Gross.
it. They don't care about each other. Move on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I kind of felt that way about Rob Roberto. He said he was taking L's. We know that. We got no new information from our guy Rob. Just leave.
Mixy. I understand you were on extracurriculars. I myself not on extracurriculars. So I was able to really just dive into this clip.
Fuck you, man. I could do that.
Hold on. Because I'm going to break this clip down and you're going to go, oh shit.
The audacity of you.
Oh shit. The audacity of this clip. So some might look at this and go, not much to see here. Haven't been busy. And I see it and I scream, whoa. They show Gone Girl in the hot tub with Bryce.
Whoa. So emotional. Sorry, keep going. Okay.
With Bryce. She is, let's refer back to 10 minutes ago, literally in the arms of someone else, literally getting comforted with peace with someone else, and playing with his chest while talking about it. Mm-hmm. She surprises me week after week, this Gone Girl does. She really, really does. She just goes, he didn't do all those things. And they literally show him a clip of her doing all those things, but talking about him in the hot tub. She's just stroking his chest. And I'm just like, this is all the stuff you would murder him for.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I just love how he said the audacity. And I go, that's what she would say. And he fucking knows that. He knows she would say that. And I was just like, yeah, Rob Roberto.
I'm going to be so fucking mad if these two get back together. I will be through the ceiling. There is not a chance in hell that they made it to the reunion. Not a chance.
They can't. For our own mental well-being. Mm-mm. Okay. If they are back together, we need to start a GoFundMe for Rob Roberto so he can get out of this situation.
Get out.
He can get out of this situation.
Absolutely.
Please get out. Please get out. Yes.
Can we move on to Great?
Sure, we can.
Now, before what I said, isn't it funny that Croissant was shown a clip where Great wasn't talking?
Yeah.
Great was shown a clip where Croissant said no words either.
No.
It is so funny to me. And if you think back to other bonfires, they do the same thing. We do not hear them speak about each other. They are strictly showing this couple just back and forth of them hooking up, making out, saying I'd suck dick if there weren't cameras. Then basically almost sucking dick. Then almost fucking Trace 2.0, but not really, but they definitely did. Then Trace 2.0 has leaves on her nipples. What is going on? And then they both are like, well, I didn't do it first. It just is so funny. This is why I'm saying these people aren't growing up for shit.
No.
Nothing.
It's like two young siblings arguing, right? About oh, well, he started it. And your mom yells at you, don't hit your brother. He punched me first.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's all this is. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to make generalizations, but when people are this age, this is usually what you get out of the situation, right?
Or when people aren't actually dating each other.
That could do it too.
To begin
That
with.
could do it too. That could maybe do a little bit of it too. I don't really know about that. One thing I do want to mention, because we're talking about Great right now. Great earlier had a horrific, and by horrific I mean fantastic, fake laugh during his date when he said something about Trace. He goes, "Oh, I'm being really tempted," or Trace 2.0 is my biggest temptation. Then he goes, So your contest this week, hotties and YouTube, is who had the better fake laugh? Is it this one from Doorway? Or is it this one from Great? Comment below. Let us know what you think is the better fake laugh for this week. And, see how that goes.
Awful. I loved Mark spitting absolute facts. And this is one of my favorite parts. Great goes, "She was in bed with a guy, Mark." Mark says, "Were you in bed with a girl?" And Great says, "There was a reason for that, Mark. That's different."
He tried to do that last time. He's like, "Well, this is the woman I am pursuing." And I'm like, is she not? But you know what Croissant did say is her and Tajik had never hooked up.
I believe her.
I believe that too. But like, they were really making it look like, and I said early on, like, they zoom that camera in there, and you're like, they're zooming in because they're not doing it, but they want to make it look like it. So Stephen LaFranc, one of the hosts of the Right Reality Podcast, is accepting the L. I will learn and grow. I will take a step back. Oh my God, I took too many steps back. Falling off a building. The audacity of me to question a woman. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
sorry
hilarious.
My bad. We finished with our boy Doorway. And he decides to watch the clip of, like, they got that clip turned around pretty quick of them making out in bed.
Yeah.
Real quick, they got that sucker turned around.
I think that was a mistake. I think that he needed to see that to feel better about him being like, okay, I did the right thing. Now I don't have to feel guilty. She's
1,000,000%.
doing something else. I wish they hadn't shown him that. I think it would have eaten him alive more if they just saw her really upset about that breakup and nothing else.
That's why he did it. He did that. The whole thing that I said at the beginning was he did that because he realized if he's having that fun, he looks like a bigger ass for not allowing her to have any fun or pursue anything. That's the reason we came here. And even though Oates didn't really play by the rules and being like, I know I'm engaged, but I'm trying to do what it says and, talk to people and maybe make out with them. And if we set up rules of only making out, no banging, it'll be fine. And he saw that wasn't happening and was like, I'm going to go do that. And then he drops the "I've never been first" to Caitlyn. And Mark asks, just like a pure journalist, who's in front of you? And he just goes, let's see, her family, her business, her dog, and then me.
Well, honestly, I don't blame her. Dog goes before dick every time. Every time. As it should. And I love a strong woman with a career determination, and family's family. And I also find it hard to believe that this man broke up with her and he came back to her and she was never putting him first at any point in time. Why is he coming back? Because he never had an emotional connection to her.
He never had an emotional connection, but he was like, she's the best person I ever met.
If she's the best person you ever met, then she must be putting you first in some way.
That's not true.
You would not say that about somebody that completely ignores you and puts you 4th, 5th, or 6th on their list of things that are important to them. They wouldn't be the best person ever for you, would they?
Well, I think a lot of this is rooted in exactly what he was upset about. Hey, we should have kids. And she's like, no, I want to run my business. He's like, well, we've been together for this long. We got to do this now. Shit or get off the pot. And she's like, no, you got to do this. So I feel like this is his thing. Her thing is he's selfish. And his thing is, I'm never first. I am the 8th in the list. If you love me as much as you say you do, which I also believe they were both checked out. I don't actually think she was head over heels for him.
I don't either. I think that it was comfortable for her.
Exactly right.
And her family liked him, and she liked his family, and it was
1,000%. It was
I agree
easy.
with that.
There was no issues. They both were in this relationship where they couldn't be. And what do we always say, Mixie? Just break up. This is a perfect example of why you just break up. Like, don't take him back if he did you wrong. If he didn't give you a reason for why he left you in the first time, you can't be upset about it 6 years later. I love you, Oates, but like you can't be upset about it 6 years later if you don't have that conversation.
I would love to know what he said to her when they got back together. I'm sure he was like, I can't live without you. I have so much emotional connection to you. I would never tell you that I've never had an emotional connection to you because that's a fucked up thing to say. I would never do that. I bet those were direct quotes. The thing that killed me was him saying that her saying that he's selfish makes him look bad, like a bad person. My guy. Her saying that isn't the thing that's making you look like a bad person.
I do think she has probably said this to a bunch of her friends, and they just all like, oh, he's selfish, he's selfish, he's selfish. And to him, he's like, that's the only thing they hear about me, is that I'm selfish.
Well,
they don't hear, like, that's all they hear. They don't hear that I love him so much or any of these things. And he's just like, that's what people think of me, is that I'm just selfish. And yes, not a great look on this show, but again, we're building a television show. I understand what we're doing here, everybody.
I will say that just like doing an over-compassing, like, yeah, he's selfish. What has he done that's like, you can't just be like, yeah, he's selfish. Yeah, he's a bad person.
I'm telling you, it all goes back to him saying, we need to have kids. I want to have kids with you. I firmly believe
I think that's a big root of the problem. And for them to show her a clip of him saying he doesn't care.
I think that's I think that's the main thing. Because we've talked about this. In that part of the country, it operates very differently. Unless you've lived there, unless you grew up there or any of those things, like things are a little different, right? Like you get married young, you have kids, you do the whole thing. And he's like, we've been together 8 years. We got to have kids at this point. I think he was starting to believe she doesn't want to have kids with me because she actually doesn't want to be with me and doesn't want to bring kids in this relationship. And I do think that's part of what it was. I think she felt like she could push this off a little bit by saying, I don't want to have kids, and then see what happened. And sure enough, Temptation Island happened.
What an episode.
I like how he said at the end, I don't want to talk bad about her. I think Mr. Marky Mark was trying to like rope him in a little bit more. And he's like, I've
done enough damage.
I just did that, and now I've basically said she puts me last, and I named her dog, her business, and her family. That's where I draw the line. And I do respect that, because everybody else was just shitting all over their person.
I do too. I thought it was nice that he was just like, I'm not going to get into it. He didn't even need to say it to begin with, though, because he's done enough damage already. I am not looking forward to the next episode or 2 episodes. I think it's going to be incredibly boring. There's going to be nothing. They're going to say the same thing over and over again. We may get a bonfire next episode, but I think they'll all be in the next episode. And I am not looking forward to the next episode. I think it's going to be a snooze.
I don't either. I think we got to try to come up with a strategy and something to entertain ourselves during it. Maybe we come up with a Temptation Island bingo or something.
Ooh, or a drinking game.
A drinking game could be good for the last one, right?
Let us know what you guys would want us to do. If you have any ideas of how we can make this next episode entertaining. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's entertaining anyways. But these dates are just nails on a chalkboard to me. And I feel like that's going to be pretty much the whole episode. So
last year kind of felt like that too. And I'm not looking forward to it. We did get a lot of reviews this week. We're not going to go through them right now. We do appreciate you guys stepping up and enjoying me yelling and all of those things.
Yeah, it's dark. I've fully lost all of my sunlight.
Yeah, Mixie's in the dark hole. I think she fell into that bathtub.
Yeah, I did. This is the portal the bathtub takes you to.
Also, since you've been keeping up with the journey, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, our 2-star review, which was downgraded, has been wiped off the face of the earth.
Somebody deleted their review. Weird.
It's almost like they're still listening. I don't know.
Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Or give us a 5-star review and make it all better.
Yeah, just apologize, learn and grow.
Take a step back.
Take a step back. Read a pamphlet. Go to a seminar.
Manifest.
As you do. Well, they might not be hot, so I don't know if they can manifest.
Everybody can manifest. It just only works for hot people.
God, you're so right. I again apologize. I'll take more steps back.
Yeah. Watch the edge of that cliff, though. You're right at the end of it.
We've been hanging on this cliff for so long. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to see Mr. TJ yelling at people for the next season of the challenge from the cliffside.
Speaking of Mr. TJ, we did a smasher pass. You should check it out. We had an absolute blast. We talked about colons, and it was a great time.
There's a YouTube comment about the colons. Did you see it?
I did. I mean, you can't have the last name Colon and then not have me make some anal jokes. I don't care if there's an accent over an O or not. It's about
colon.
ass play, and it will be called out.
Again, yeah. I forgot who I was talking to. Miss Ass of the Week over here.
I mean, you can't talk about booty without me being involved. I'm talking all of it, the colon included. Colon of the week.
Oh no, we are not doing that. We're not doing colon of the week. No. All right, we gotta go before this goes even further off the rails. We love you. We will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.